First grade, what's going on? It's Mr. Hunter here. Good morning to you. Hope you guys are doing well today. You're going to need your math worksheet because today in math, we're going to be working on pages 249, 250. You're going to need your listening skills because there's going to be an activity where you have to listen to the instructions that I give you orally. So you're going to look at a picture and you're going to listen to what I tell you to do next. You can't skip steps. You have to follow piece by piece. If you skip a step, you might miss what you're supposed to do, and then that problem will be wrong, okay? So make sure your ears are ready for your listening skills. We're gonna be working on sums and differences, doing subtraction. We're gonna be doing 3-digit combos, and the lesson's really not gonna be that long today. So a quick lesson, but just some really, really small steps that are important that you have to follow so you get the problems done correctly. All right, so let's jump in. You have the first problem, number 1. It says write the sums and differences. So we know already when sums and differences, we're doing plus, and we're doing minus, right? Plus and minus, all right? Let me write it over here so you guys can see a little bit better. Plus and minus. Now, here's what we have, all right? We have plus and minus, and we have our first problem. It says 11 minus 5. Now, you should know what 11 minus 5 is, but what I did is I wrote a number line at the top just in case you need to do that. So if you don't know what 11 minus 5 is, you have a number line you could use, and you're just going to go to 11, and it says minus. So are we going up or down? We're going down, we're taking away. So you just go, how many spaces? 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we get to the fifth spot, what do we have there? We stop on 6. So we have 11 minus 5 is going to be 6. All right, that is a simple answer. I want you guys, I think you can do this pretty well. It'll be nice to see if you want to time yourself. So if you have somebody near you, a mom or a dad or a brother, I want them to get a stopwatch. And I want them to set the timer for 1 minute, okay? 1 minute. I want to see if you're able to do these in 1 minute. I think you should be able to. It's just like we've done with our worksheets, with our practice worksheets. If you don't, if it's too much stress, Dylan, Eliana, right? Jeremiah, Sam, if you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to rush. I want to take my time. It's fine. But I was just doing it to see if it's a fun activity. But yeah, if you do have somebody near you, you want to time yourself, see if you can get it all done in 1 minute. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 problems left because I just did the first one for you. All right. So see if you can do those in 1 minute. I have a big hunch that I think you can. All right. Number 2, it says write the answer. These are pretty interesting because they're 3-digit combo or 3 combo numbers. So, all right. So let's erase what I have on the board here. Let's erase 11 minus 5. Let's erase the plus and minus. All right. And let's try to see what they have here. They have 3 plus 7 minus 2. 3 plus 7 minus 2. Can you guys see that? Maybe I can write it even neater for you. All right. I got my new markers in case you didn't notice. All right. 3 plus 7 minus 2. So you may say, wow, Mr. Hunter, that's a lot of numbers. I don't know how to do that problem. Well, guess what? You only have to do the first 2 at a time, or one problem at a time. So let's do the first part. Don't even worry about the 2. What is 3 plus 7? We have 3 plus 7. If you don't know what it's like that, you know what you can also write it like? 3 plus 7. You can write it vertical. This is a lateral problem. You can write it vertical. So if you're adding 3 to 7 or 7 to 3, it's the same way. So if you have 7, you're just going up 3. So you're going up 1, 2, 3. All right? That is what it is if you're 7 plus 3. If you were at 3 and you wanted to add 7 and do it that way, you can do it the same way. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the same answer if you put the 3 first or the 7 first. It's going to come up with 10. All right, so that's your first part. But now you have to do the second part. So you have 10 minus 2. So now you're at 10 and you got to go back 2. So you go 1, 2. What do you end up on? You end up on 8. 8. So you equals 8. So really, how many steps did I have to do? I had to do the first part first. So when you look at the next one, your answer for that first one, it should be 8. When you look at the next problem, it says 6 plus 3 plus 2. So what 2 problems are you going to do first? You're going to do 6 plus 3. Once you get 6 plus 3, once you get the answer, then you're going to add 2 to that one. Okay? So just taking steps. There's 2 steps. Every time you see 3 numbers like that, there's 2 steps. Do the first 2 problems, first 2 numbers, 6 plus 3, and then you're going to add the second number, the last number, okay? Try the last 2 on your own. I think those are going to be pretty good, all right? You guys are going to be great. I want you to turn your page, though. Don't finish that one. I want you to turn your page. I want you to take a look at page 250. All right. I want you to do this problem with me, and then you can go back and finish the rest of your work. Okay. This is what I talked about to you earlier when I said you're going to need your listening skills. Okay. So it says, number one, listen to the directions that your teacher gives. All right. So I'm going to call out directions to you. All you have to do is follow step by step. Are you guys ready? All right, you ready? All right, so here we go. Number one, listen to me. Find the sandpipers. Sandpipers are the name for the birds that are digging in the sand. Find the sandpipers. Put your finger on the sandpiper that is fifth from the left. So you have to look at the left and you have to count over 5 times. Put your finger on the 5th one. All right. When you get to the 5th bird from the left, you're going to put a pencil and you're going to color its belly with your pencil, not any color pencils, just with your pencil. You're going to shade it. All right. So shading, if you didn't know, shading is just when you're like, all right, shading. That's all you have to do. So find the sandpipers, put your finger on the sandpiper that is 5th from the left, shade its chest area with your pencil. Number 2, instruction number 2. Find the seagulls. Everybody sees the seagulls? Find the seagulls. Put your finger on the seagull that has a fish in its beak. All right, everybody got their finger on the seagull with the fish? I want you to draw a sun. Draw a sun, a small sun, above that seagull. They're at the beach. They need some sun, and you're going to draw the sun. Can your son have some shades, sunglasses? Yeah, but you're going to draw a sun. And you can't make it a big one, but just draw the sun. But you have to draw that sun above the seagull that has the fish in its mouth. Number 3. And if you need to pause the video while you're drawing the sun, and then hit play again, okay? So I'm moving on. Number 3, put your finger on the 2nd seagull. Draw an ocean wave below it. So if you see the 2nd seagull, and that's a seagull that I think doesn't have anything in its mouth, you're going to draw an ocean wave below it. How do you draw an ocean wave? Well, you can see the other waves. You may be able to draw something like a squiggly line underneath it. Anything. You don't have to draw what I draw. Mr. Hunter isn't a great artist, but you guys have creativity. So draw what you think a wave would look like underneath of that 2nd seagull. All right, number 4. Put your finger on the sandpiper that is 2nd from the left. That means you have to go to the left and you have to count over twice. Put your finger on the sandpiper that is 2nd from the left, and I want you to draw a sand pail to the right of that sandpiper. So I know it's a lot of directions, so listen carefully. You're going to put your finger on the sandpiper that is 2nd from the left. So you go all the way to the left. You have to look over and you count 1, 2. You find that sandpiper, put your finger on it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to draw a pail, a sand pail, to the right of that piper. What's a sand pail? You can draw like a little bucket, right? Has a little handle, right? Right? That's my sand pail. I don't know how good it looks, but you can draw whatever you want, okay? But it has to be a sand pail next to the 2nd sandpiper from the left. And your last one, number 5, draw a fish in the water between the 2 seagulls. Draw a fish in the water between the 2 seagulls. All right? All right, guys, that's what you're going to do. If you had any questions about that, rewind the video. At the bottom, and if you need to pause it right now, go ahead and pause it because I'm just going to run through the directions for your last 2. All right, at the bottom, it says write the amount in each box and add the coins. Dylan, I want to commend you yesterday. You did a really good job, sir. You were counting. I talked to you after the class a little bit to help you with your worksheet. And you took your time. You counted 3 quarters, and then you did the dime on your own. So good job, everybody. I know you guys are doing it. Jeremiah, Sam, I know Eliana, you guys are doing great. But I just was saying Dylan's name because that was something I saw yesterday. He did a really good job with. All right, you're going to count the money there. And then guess what? After you count the money, so you see 2 quarters, you see 2 dimes, you see 2 nickels, you got to put them in the empty boxes. Then you're going to add all of those answers up, and that's going to be your answer at the very bottom. All right, so don't just put the one answer, add all three of the answers up. And here's what I was saying, guys, you have to be careful. You have to take your time, because if you get one of those wrong, you'll get the whole thing wrong. Okay, so you want to make sure you add correctly. And then the last one, number 3, remember how we were just doing 3-digit numbers? Well, now you have a problem that says 5 plus 3 plus 2 minus 4 equals what? So what do? We do the same thing that we were doing before. We have 5 plus 3. What's 5 plus 3? It's 8. So now we take that down. That's going to be 8. And now we add 2. What's 8 plus 2? 8 plus 2 is going to be 10. Okay, equals 10. And then we have to do 10 minus 4. So we had to do one step. 5 plus 3, we gave us 8. Then 8 plus 2 gives us 10. Then 10 minus 4. So you have to do 3 different problems. You have to break it down. If you can do it all at once, that's great. But if you need to break it down, that's how you do. Do the first part, the first 2 numbers, get that answer, then add the third number, then get that answer, and then do the fourth number. So step by step by step. So 10 minus 4 at the end is going to be 6. And that's going to be your final answer. So if you want to replay that again to try to do number 1, or to do the first problem on number 3, you can. If you already got it, you're going to do the next 3 problems the same way. Add 7 plus 2 first, then add 1, then subtract 5. Then do 8 plus 3, get that answer, minus 8, get that answer, plus 4. It's not confusing. What do we have to do? It's 3 words. Take our time. You guys are going to do great at this. I hope you enjoyed it. If any questions persist, if you have any questions, go back, rewind the video, especially for that illustration where you had to listen carefully, all right? A lot of fun today in math. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you tomorrow.